Hello, and welcome to another Rang Rouge unit of the Reek, and today we're taking a look at the M4A3W Calliope available to the 3rd Armoured Division. It's going to be rather brief as there isn't much information I could actually dig out about the Calliope. If you do have any more info, feel free to leave in the comments below. Essentially, the Americans wanted rocket artillery because they liked how the Russians were using it on the Eastern Front, but they decided to mount it on top of tanks because you could have the rocket artillery with your tanks on the front line and it'd be much more survivable than just on the back of a truck. So they first came up with the Riz Bang, that is literally what they called it, and it used these larger rockets. They weren't as effective because they did not have range, and as you can see, there's not much room to get out of the turret. And being able to jump out of a Sherman is a rather important part of it. So they ended up going back to the drawing board and came up with the Calliope, or Calliope, I have no idea how you bloody say it. Essentially, it's named after an American steam organ musical instrument. And it has a lot of rockets, 60 M8 rockets on top of its rack. And it was much better than the Riz Bang as it had more range and you could actually leave the turret. The one downside, Joe, is that tank commanders did not like it because it would make you a rather big target. It's pretty hard to hide when you got giant rockets sticking out the top, and they just didn't find it all that effective. They preferred to have the artillery with the artillery guys, not up front with the tankers. And as you can see after World War II, the Americans ditched the idea of rocket artillery on tanks. In game, the M4A3W Calliope is a 200-point artillery piece, so technically it's a tank, available to the 3rd Armour during the B and C phase. It has 3 weapons available to it. So it has the standard loadout of other M4A3 Shermans with a high-end 75mm cannon with 11 AP and 5 HE with enough ammunition to go around, and 2 M1990 machine guns. You are missing a 50 cal because if you look down below, you can see you got rockets instead. Well, I guess you look up top because rockets are on top of the tank. And you got 60 of these rockets doing 14 HC each with a rate of 5-10 rounds a minute, but really it just kind of shoots all of them off rather fast with a range of 1.3 kilometers and an AOE effect of 44 meters. And if you take a look at Smith's Colonia stats, it's got 11 frontal armor, 6 at side and 6 at back. It has vehicle strength, stealth of very bad, speed of 20 kilometers off-road, 63 on the road, and a very low optics capability. In battle, the Calliope is, well, a hybrid unit. It's a tank because it's like a standard M4A3 Sherman. You got the cannon, you got the machine guns, you don't have the 50 cal show, but that doesn't really matter considering you got a bunch of rockets on top, making you also an artillery piece. And it's like a standard rocket launcher artillery piece in Steel Division. It's great at just killing everything. Well, killing infantry and light armor. Tanks you're not exactly going to kill, but you're going to be able to fire a lot of rockets, so they're definitely going to be forced to fall back. And that's what makes this really bloody good, because you can have this rather close to the front lines and not get worried about being counter-artilleried or bombed. Or flanked, because you're a tank, you can deal with all those threats yourself. And you bring it up, artillery, you know, stun up a German panzer force, and then allow your tanks to move up. And that is what it's good at. It's kind of like a Berrettino, but if a Berrettino actually had bite and no napalm effect to it. I love it. I love a lot of American 3rd Armoured units, to be honest. They're all just really nice without being too crazy over the top. You know, Calliope is a little bit over the top, especially when you look at the position of the rockets. And I'm going to shut up and leave it at that. This has been another Rang Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and usual, please just take it easy.